Hi, this is Marnie Swedberg. Welcome to video 3 of the Christian Women Vote series. We're going to talk today about the media bias and how not to let media bias discourage you from researching, doing your own due diligence, and going to vote on November 3rd. I want to give you a little history, but first I want to give you an analogy. When my kids were in high school in sports, every once in a while during a game, they would get a really bad ref, just a ref that was calling it wrong all night, calling it basically for the other team, all game. And, at times like that, because we're built to have equity, we're built with justice and fairness in our DNA. And so when that happens to us, we want to just quit. We want to get mad. We want to throw down our jersey and walk off the field and say, I'm not playing this game if that's how they're going to act. When it comes to the elections, this time we kind of have unfair refs going on. We've got a news media that is not serving us very well. It's very difficult to identify what's true, what's lies, and there's a lot of negativity and just a lot of hate speak, and so it's difficult to even watch it or listen to it or read it. What I'm going to do during this video is first I'm going to give you a teeny bit of a history of why we are where we are, and then I'm going to give you a tool so you can go ahead and make an informed decision so you can vote your conscience on November 3rd. First of all, some history. Back in the 1800s, journalism was, they would identify where they were coming from. Is this from a liberal perspective? Is this from a conservative perspective? Which party are they with? And you would buy the paper that you wanted to read. And then it changed so that over time it became that we should be unbiased in the news. That's how the goal should be, to be unbiased. Well, we can never truly be unbiased. We're always going to have our own ideas and our own paradigms and our own worldviews and histories. So we can't truly be unbiased, but they tried, okay? So then in the 60s, the biased unbiased, however you want to say that was leaning toward the conservative side because our country was built on Christian, biblical, foundational laws, and that's what our governance was. So when you looked at it, you would say, yes, it was really pretty biased toward the conservative side because that's where most Americans thought was center. And then in the 60s and 70s, so many things changed. And when we came out of that period of time, it had gone from journalism being a trade to journalism being a profession now. And there were college degrees, and most of the colleges that trained the media, the journalists, were liberal in their stances. So the pendulum swung from very conservative all the way over to very liberal. The image you're seeing right now shows one person's idea of center versus left and right, and how, it starts out okay and it gets worse and worse as you go out to the outside edges. I'm putting links down below to you to these two images, which will take you to places that are going to help you to find news from the perspective that you're going to be more comfortable with, whether it's centric or left or right. And even might I just encourage you, if you can't decide whether you're left or right, to just get one of each or just get a couple of each and scan down and see what they're saying and how they're saying it. And then you can decide whether you want to be more left or right, because come election day, center isn't a choice. You have to choose one or the other, and it's going to make a difference in your future, in your children's future, in your grandchildren's future. And so I encourage you to do your own research and come to a point where you have prayerfully considered your choices and you're at peace with one or the other, and you're ready to go vote by November 3rd.